Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the truths about money, mindset, and meaning. If you're someone who's ever wondered what the ultra-wealthy really value, beyond the cars, jets, and mansions, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into the surprising things the wealthy don't buy, even though they easily could. You might just rethink your own priorities by the end of this video. Despite having all the money, this is what the wealthy don't buy. When you picture someone with massive wealth, what comes to mind? Probably a sprawling estate, private yachts, exotic vacations, and maybe even a space flight. But here's the truth. While some rich people buy those things, the smart and sustained wealthy tend to avoid certain purchases entirely. Not because they can't afford them, but because they've learned they're not worth it. Let's break down what many wealthy individuals choose not to buy, and what that says about their mindset. 1. Constantly upgraded luxury goods. Sure, you'll find a few rich folks who buy every new Rolex or handbag drop. But many seasoned wealthy individuals actively avoid chasing the newest version of luxury items. Why? Don't confuse value with hype. Instead of spending to impress others, ask if the item improves your life. They know luxury marketing preys on insecurity. Once you have a quality item you love, be it a watch, bag, or car, there's little gain in constantly upgrading. It becomes a treadmill of consumption. 2. Overpriced trendy real estate. You might think billionaires always want to live in the hottest zip code. But many actually avoid overpriced, overhyped neighborhoods. Instead, they invest in property that appreciates, not depreciates. Think like an investor. Is the home you're buying a place of peace and a solid asset? Wealthy people often rent in trendy areas and buy where the value is stable and long-term. They're not trying to win a popularity contest. 3. Flashy cars, especially new ones. A surprising number of millionaires drive ordinary cars. In fact, according to multiple studies, the most common car driven by millionaires in the US is a used Toyota. Prioritize utility and reliability over status. Your money should work harder than your ego. They know that new cars lose value the moment they're driven off the lot. Wealthy people prefer vehicles that are reliable, functional, and get them from A to B without becoming a money pit. 4. Designer everything for their kids. While some wealthy parents indulge their children with brand names, many opt for simplicity and education over materialism. Teach kids to value creativity, work, and critical thinking, not just labels. They want their children to grow up with values, not entitlement. Spoiling kids with high-end fashion can backfire by creating dependency on external validation. 5. The most expensive education, without strategy. This may sound controversial, but wealthy people don't always send their kids to Ivy League schools. Instead, they look for ROI. Approach education like an investment. What is the real return? If the school doesn't offer connections, credentials, or skills that match the cost, it's not worth it. They prefer practical, targeted education with clear outcomes. 6. Unnecessary subscriptions and services. Being rich doesn't mean saying yes to every recurring fee. In fact, the wealthy often audit their expenses just like anyone else, sometimes more ruthlessly. Regularly review your recurring costs. Cut what doesn't bring you clarity, ease, or true utility. Convenience is one thing, waste is another. They'd rather redirect small leaks into large gains. 7. Toxic relationships or status clout. Here's something money truly can't buy: meaningful relationships. Wealthy individuals often learn this the hard way, and eventually become fiercely selective about who they let into their inner circle. Invest time in people who energize, not drain. Money won't save a bad friendship or hollow romance. No amount of fame or status is worth emotional bankruptcy. The wealthy know peace is more valuable than popularity. 8. Lavish weddings are over-the-top parties. Not always, but more than you think. Wealthy people often skip the ultra-lavish wedding. Why? Because they value meaning over spectacle. Design your big moments for intimacy, not Instagram. They focus on experiences that matter, not moments that impress. Their joy comes from connection, not the cost. 9. Superficial coaching or empty, mastermind groups. There's a booming industry of overpriced coaching programs selling access to success. The wealthy have the filters to avoid fluff. Vet any course or coach like an investment. Ask, does this person have the results you want? They focus on substance, mentors with results, not just followers. 10. Buying time from the wrong people. Time is the most valuable asset for the wealthy. But they don't just outsource everything, they're strategic. Delegate tasks that drain your energy, not just your time. They don't just hire anyone. They choose partners, not just contractors. Time saved must equal peace or progress. 11. Endless insurance on things they don't use. Many middle-class earners are overinsured. Wealthy individuals often self-insure where it makes sense. Understand risk versus reward. Pay for peace of mind, not paranoia. They insure what matters and self-fund low-risk items, optimizing cash flow. 12. Trying to buy identity. One of the biggest things wealthy people don't buy is a sense of self. They've already found, or are searching for, who they are without the labels. Build a life that aligns with who you are, not who you're trying to impress. They know identity can't be bought, borrowed, or worn. It's lived, earned, and built. What wealth buys that money can't. What many of the truly wealthy pursue is freedom. Freedom from fear, freedom to choose, freedom to say no. That freedom doesn't come from more stuff, it comes from less of the wrong stuff. They don't buy the need to be liked by everyone, the pressure to always show off, the impulse to prove themselves, because they've already figured out the ultimate truth. Money is a tool, not the goal. Thanks for watching. If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button and subscribe for more real talk about wealth, mindset, and living with intention. Drop a comment below. What's something you thought wealthy people always bought, but now realize they might not? Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, live smart, live free.